WESWES Show.
Alright, what's up everybody? What's up boys? Welcome to another episode of Empty Out the Clip. Another episode for January 2023. What's up brothers? We're back in the house for another episode. What's up boys?
What's up?
Hello. Welcome back, Eric. Good to see you, bro.
My first episode.
First ever episode for the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet man. Nah, good to have you back, man.
It felt like Christmas was last week. And this is like the second week already of this year. Fuck. Going on to the third week, it's moving really quick.
Going fast, eh?
Yeah, it's like a blaze.
Shit,
Last couple of weeks
halfway
were
through
blaze,
the
bro.
year. Halfway through the month.
Yeah. Almost done.
It's the 14th today.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to try to get done before the end of this month. So I think that's the other reason why it's going quick. But yeah, no.
Because you work by freeway. You work by freeway. So
yeah.
Is that why the week's been going quick? Or?
Yeah, I think so because I haven't had a break since last year, so just been going hard. Probably have it later, probably next month or so. Actually, I might do it during the first week of school. But yeah,
Jumped back onto the gym session this week. I was a bit nervous. Haven't done any weights since before Christmas. But I just had to get down there. I was procrastinating in my car whether to go down. But yeah, just jump in the car and just go straight down, get in some sessions. No, I had a good break. Still need to get back to Let's house and have that barbecue. still reminiscing on that, bro.
yeah, that was good food.
Man,
Good food.
We have to earn it. With the work for it.
yeah, hard.
Yeah, soul food right there, bro. Hard.
But you, Let's?
Oh, week's been well, eh? Week's been real good. Been fortunate enough to sit on the pod with Cams, do the back of the 135. Some really good conversation going on. I've taken a lot of learnings from the 3 or the 4 that I've been on so far. But yeah, yesterday, man, the Indian guy freaking pushed my buttons, eh? He got under my skin, bro. And like, bro, and it was Friday the 13th, bro, and I believe it was like a learning for me to like sort of just stop and think, like, you know, what could have happened. But yeah, Indian guy at work had a go at me, called me outside. It was on my lunch break, yeah. So we get a drink allowance like a week at work to just help ourselves, like, you know, but be considerate because like there's a lot of people on site.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the fizzy drinks, it doesn't go into the main fridge, but it goes into the chiller and you help yourself. But, you know, cold drinks at the start of the week is like, it's only Monday. So by Tuesday, because this one particular guy keep going in, grabbing 1 or 2 for one of him and another temp. It's like, you know, 3 every break, like 4 breaks a day. Like, shit, that's more than half a tray. And you know there's in a couple more. And like no one likes to drink some of the brand drinks at work, like the sugar-free stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Come Friday, so he was, instead of going to the chiller, he was coming to the main fridge. I cracked the joke at him the first time, but it wasn't really a joke. It was confronting him like, bro, you're the first guy who doesn't break sweat on his balls to be helping himself with the drinks. And he laughed about it. Second time, like I saw the lapisi was of the trays already in the rubbish. I was like, bro, did you guys drink all the drinks? Like, that's me being like straight up like, bro, you're drinking all the drinks. Like, fuck, say something for us. Then when he helped himself to the water inside the fridge, I said, see, if you hadn't drunk all the drinks on Monday, fuck, we'd be enjoying the cold ones today. The guy went from, bro, what's your effing problem? Let's step outside. Now, I don't know where you're from or where he's from. Like, you know, I know he's from Roscoe South. But my neck of the woods, that means one or two things. Man. Let's go outside. Like, let's go settle this like men and like just fight it out. And this guy's tiny, like he's skinny Indian. Bro, but I took offense to it, eh?
Yeah.
And like, fuck, because I was eating those. It's like, bro, it's my lunchtime. And I'm like, I wasn't having a bar of it, eh? But bro, I felt myself get mad, man. And I'm actually embarrassed to be honest, because I was like, fuck, this guy yanked my chain, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking really got to me, eh? And it was what's your fucking problem? Are you accusing me of stealing? And I was like, how am I accusing you of stealing when I just blatantly said to you, if you hadn't drunk all the drinks in the chiller, we would be enjoying a cold one on a Friday afternoon because it's fucking hot. And yeah, this guy was like, come outside.
Oh, man.
And there was another guy in the lunchroom with us, and I said, brother, just go outside before, you know, I might hurt you, bro. That's my honest reply. And he goes, nah, fuck, come outside. I go, bro, straight up, man, just fuck off before I throw the table at your fucking head. Like, that's how 0 to 100 I go.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, fuck, no, that's just stupid, eh? And then this guy went back inside, told everybody else about it, told the manager, and the manager came outside, and he heard me go off at him. Then I, like, you know when I think about it, I was like, fuck, I'm stupid, eh? For
Letting him get to you.
yeah, letting him get to me, man. Because everyone else was laughing about it. They're like,
Yeah.
Hey. But yeah, like, if you know me, like, fucking, I never back down from a challenge, eh? Group or individuals, man, like, fucking knives or guns. But to me, it's like, if you put down the challenge, bring the smack. Because in my head, when I thought about it and I processed it, it's like, bye. Let's either go to the police station or the hospital. Because I can guarantee fucking one of us is going to need one of the two. Hey.
Red light needed already, bro.
And like, bro, just to think about it and like reflecting. But I look at it like this, the learning I took from it also is like, that's Black Friday, that's mum saying to you, and what would have happened if you had to put him in hospital?
Yeah.
Are you willing to throw that all away over some fucking drinks?
Drinks, yeah, the repercussions, eh?
Yeah, but the bigger picture for me was like, hearing my mom's voice say to me, how do you know what he's gone, like what has he been through that you got a reaction like that, you know? So I was like, fuck yeah, I shouldn't have, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he said, "Oh, if you got a problem, report me to the manager." And like I did tell the manager. Like I was telling you, if I can stop drinking all the drinks, can you know? Fuck, I want some of that drinks too.
Did they go get a warning or?
Nah, he actually left on his own terms. Like he walked out.
Oh, true.
Oh, left the job.
Yeah, he walked off. Like he went and told everyone, "Oh, I'm gonna fuss you there, dude. I'm gonna go. I better remove myself from the situation." Yeah. But like, yeah, bro, first time, and I know whether I've been holding it in or like, but yeah, bro, he pushed me, like, fuck, I was like,
man, you saw red.
yeah, man, it's like a visit, like, fucking brought me back to my times when I used to be a dom, and you know, when someone says to you, what are you gonna do? Surely.
Yeah, I haven't had that in a long time.
I know, bro.
He's a small Indian dude.
Small skinny Indian dude.
One of you's been watching too many XC rap battles.
Well, I was really like, you know, one of our listeners, Nate, said to me, "Oos, I was trying not to laugh at him because he was like, say, bro, let's see, we'll fold you." But it wasn't that. Like, I'm not trying to be big-headed about it, but it was like but what did you see when you heard his reaction talks? And he was like, fuck, is he coming off a high or something? You know? That's what I thought straight away. I was like, bro, this dude must be on drugs. Or he must be coming off drugs. To get a reaction like that over drinks.
Yeah.
Like, he really wanted to get a hiding at work, or he really wanted to get someone a hiding at work. It's like, bro.
But see, I think where you're coming from is that all the drinks is for everybody, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You know, but he was
not on a Monday. No, gone by Tuesday. Like, what the shit,
yeah, and
man?
he was going in 4 times a shift or whatever.
So
you
he
know?
bought up contract. It's in my contract. It was a drink place. Okay, bro. That privilege is for fucking everyone, not just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
one
like
or two of these.
It's like we get a box of pies for the staff. The staff get a box of pies when the new pies come out, and there's some people that eat the whole lot and never mind about the rest.
Like it's gonna be there replaced the next day.
Yeah,
we gotta wait, do we?
Yeah,
yeah. That's
so I get pissed off with
eh?
people like that too. We get that sometimes as well. So I have to lay the smack down, but verbally, I don't do it physically because it's no use.
Yeah.
I just use my loud voice.
Is there any other situations, guys, where you've been like how Litz was?
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
Fuck, I lost it one night. I fucking lost it big time. Yeah, I smashed a drawer in at the night pay, and there was like 4 or 5 customers there watching me doing this. And when I did it and I smashed the drawer, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Some guy pissed me off with a drive off, and I knew he was gonna drive off. He didn't have the money, but he had to stay because the police was behind him. And I was going, fuck, you don't have the money, cunt. You don't have the money. I go, fuck it. Smashed. I started smacking on the window, and he stepped back. And the other guys were like, hey, calm down now, fuck that cunt. I was going to come outside and smash him. I lost it, I completely lost it. I told my brother that night as well. I just went fucking AWOL. This was probably 2 years ago.
But like I felt sorry for this dude. Like afterwards, like I went back inside and I apologized to my team leader. Like I said, "Fuck, sorry, man. Like it wasn't the place all the time, and he should have stopped me." But at the same second, I said to him, "Hey, these guys are abusing the drink privilege. Like this is for everyone." So he didn't do anything about it. But I said I apologize because there's a communal space. Like say for example, if that loud yelling is foreign to someone, that's gonna traumatize them. And I apologized to the other Uso who was eating his lunch. And I said, sorry, Us, I wasn't thinking. And he goes, no, Us, the fact that you identified and apologized to me, didn't even waste your energy on that shit, you know? It was like he was put there to fucking get a reaction out of you. But I'm hateful, like, bro, I don't want my peers at my workplace peers to think of me like, this guy's an angry motherfucker. You know, ever drinks. It's like, yeah, true. Ever drinks a lot, you know?
So recently I got pissed. I got not more sort of red. I got red. So in my unit where I stay, you have like your own car park space, right? So, but see, because I'm the new kid on the block, and there's already people that have been living there. It took me like the first couple of nights, someone parked in my space. So what I did was every time I heard footsteps, I'll open my door and then I'll look at and see who's. You know, even if it's late at night, I'll just look who's, you know. You call the dog. No.
Is it a little bar or is it?
No, it's right open, man. I want to know, like, hey, man, you can't park in my spot. But now that I see it, it's how the people that lived there before, when I came, it's whatever car park space is available, that's how they do it. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? There's no point, because I was getting angry. I was getting red every time someone will park in my space. I was either gonna park behind them, like right behind them, so they have to come knock on my door, you know. And then I thought, you know what? There are crazy people out there, you know. But I still, like, if someone parks in my space, like I just, you know. But I found me a park. But every time I'll hear like car or whatever, I just purposely go out and have a smoke. And then I just open, doesn't matter how 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, I'll open up the door and I'm just having a smoke, you know. And then they'll be like, oh, you're good, bro. And I'm just having a smoke, you know. But then so I'm like, so they know, oh, okay, not going to park in that space because, you know, obviously
See, just when you said that, I'm just out here having a smoke. The old me would have said, yeah, I'm just wanting to see who I have to put in the hospital for parking in my car park. I mean, what was that, brother?
Some of them, there's.
Where is this? Is this up at Glendine?
Yeah, just before, where the bend is, before Campbell Street.
On the right side with there's units.
Yeah,
because I know a few people that live there.
Oh,
They're
okay.
fucking assholes, bro.
Yeah, it's
Come up to work.
Yeah. I had to take some of them out.
What kind of cars do you? Because I know the cars that are there now.
Huh?
I know all the cars, like the people that stay there. You know, I don't know them personally, but I know. Oh yeah, that's that guy's car space. You know.
Yeah, there's some fucking really out of it people up there, eh? But I guess that's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you, how's your week been?
Yeah.
My week.
Busy, bro. Famous.
Yeah, how's your week been, bro?
This guy's famous, man.
Talk about start of 2023 with a bang, right? We'll touch on that later on in the podcast. But my week has been busy, man. Like I'm on holidays still, so I'm back at work next Tuesday. So my office is open last Monday, but I took a week off just to get the extra week. But I took Monday off last week just to catch some of the first of the playoffs of the NFL. So yeah, man. But I've been watching those NFL games on Monday mornings, man. So last week I watched the last round of the season, and then so next Monday, it's gonna start tomorrow actually, because when college football in states finishes, because they play college football on Saturdays over in the states, which is a Sunday over here. So when that finishes, then the NFL can come and play the games on Saturday. Saturday's over in the States, which ends up to be Sunday here, so we can watch games on
Sundays.
on Sunday. Yeah. So tomorrow there's some games, and then Monday there will be some games. So looking forward to that, and then go back to work on Tuesday. But yeah, man, the week's been busy. Pumped out podcast number 6 already for back on 135. Just earlier this morning, or earlier on before we jumped on this. So proud of that. Like just to pump out 6 episodes in the start of 2023. You know,
Shit.
already. So we're up to 173. Man, I hope. I think we're gonna pass 200, way past 200 by the end of the year. So, just looking forward to getting heaps of reaching out to some potential guests, and I'm proud of Liddy too, because he's coming with his boys from KOB. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's good because it's sort of like the Backlog 135 KOB edition, you know. So it's like it's a thing that, but it's good because so far we've had three guys on.
Yeah, 3 old boys coming.
3 old boys coming, and man, so far they've dropped gems, man.
Fuck yeah! Like even
damn.
the learnings for like the conversations I said earlier, like damn, changed my perspective on a lot, you know, especially with like youth pressure, like the stuff that we said that we wouldn't do because we saw it growing up, and we're actually doing it, but just in a different fashion. It's like shit, stick to one. But I appreciate the levels, like.
Yeah, man, that's good. We'll continue to do some more ways, and looking forward to that. But yeah, man, as far as the week past goes, I mean, last week on my holiday, and the weather has been great. It's been raining all week, and everybody's like staying at home and not going to the beach and stuff. So hopefully things will clear up for February when all these long weekends roll by, the Auckland anniversary and Waitangi Day and all that. But yeah, man.
That's awesome. Nice.
So we'll go into the next topic. What's been on your social media feed? I know what's been on my feed. Same thing we're going to talk about later on. But what's been other than that? But the elephant in the room. Other than that, what's been on your guys' social media feed? Start with you, Eric.
I've been watching a lot of that Graham Hancock guy, the British writer, journalist. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast. He's got that theory about ancient civilization back in the Ice Age that was wiped out, but taught their skills to the hunter-gatherers. So that's his theory, that there was an ancient civilization beforehand.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that stuff's interesting, man. I love watching stuff like that, eh?
Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of that stuff. And recently, I did browse across Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah,
and this whole situation.
He got arrested,
thing.
Did he get arrested?
Is it legit? Is it confirmed?
Yeah, something
I
about
saw the
raping,
one. I saw the one tweet that he was doing. The people trafficking.
Yeah.
People trafficking. Fuck, there's a movie they done that was all about it. What was the movie? What was it? Taken. So Taken 2. That's how he was, supposedly making the living. By trying to actually say it like it was normal.
Oh, like
you've seen Taken A, like how he goes look for his daughter and he sees the jacket and he follows the trail. Yeah, it was
but
that.
part 2.
Oh no, the first one. Sorry, yeah, the first one.
But that's scary.
But the way he was trying to justify it was like, damn, can you hear yourself? Because one stitch up on Twitter was pretty much summarized like, bro, is this guy doing forgery? Like that was the tweet.
Wow, because I always wondered where his money came from. The webcam thing, like, what the hell's that?
No, and doesn't he offer like a to be? Oh fuck! I was watching it on the Joe Rogan podcast where he was doing the he does like you pay like $70 a month or something, and you to be the G, or I forgot what it was called. It was called the ultimate G or something.
The ultimate man.
And Joe Rogan and whoever he was talking with, like they were gonna try and actually sign up and like see what they offered and that. But see, and then so if that was like $70 a month, just imagine how many people have
Yeah.
paid, you know, that $70 or whatever, you know.
So my understanding of what he was doing, and like, because it just made me sick just even thinking about it. It's like if you seen Taken, to someone abducts his daughter when she goes on a trip, she then disappears into the drug trafficking ring that all these vendors buy into. Right? So they hear about all these gym girls. These are like virgin girls, and then they become the most wanted thing. You know, when people have so much power and so much money, they want something that no one else has. So they talk about these gym girls. Apparently, that's what that guy was part of, and he's trying to create,
man.
like by giving you a membership by saying, you know what, you want to be part of the exclusive, buy into this club, buy into the club, become a subscriber, and then you get to view all these beautiful girls, and then you will get the what's it called, like the OnlyFans. You get the OnlyFans to it.
That's part of this.
That's how you'd get the front row seat of what the new of the news coming in.
Crazy.
But if I think, and he sounds like he fucked up because he obviously said it out loud. He like gave it away. The people were like, "Hey, that's fucking illegal, J. Like that's fraudulent almost." Like, you know.
Then he fucked up also because he had a video and he had a pizza, and it was in the camera shot. And the only place you can get this pizza is in a certain town or certain country, and that's how they knew he was in this
where
country.
he was.
Yeah, that's how they knew where he was or something.
In Romania or something. Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Sorry, it was about educate. He's like, he's also mate.
He's a giant peacock, bro.
There's that TikTok too. There's that TikTok too going around where they said he was saying something like if he gets cancelled, you know, which obviously he did on social media where they like blocked all his and then the next one was they're saying if he gets arrested, and he did get arrested, and then the next step is death, like he's gonna get rid of him. So it's gonna be interesting. You know what's in store for Mr. Andrew Tate.
Man, I thought that was weird. It just because my brother's so into him, and my brother uses my YouTube account.
Oh yeah.
So his stuff, Andrew Tate's stuff pops up now and again. I was like, what is this shit? And then I started watching it. I was like, oh, okay. This guy's fucking loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suddenly got the gist of it, and I was like, oh, it's time to take him out.
Have you else? What's on your social media?
It's not okay. Not really social media, but what I've been doing every night, I've been so when I get home after training or whatever, I cook my dinner and then I jump on Netflix and then I watch. I've been watching all the docus.
Discovery Hour is back, yo.
Yeah, man, I love the docu. So I watched the first. I watched the Redeem Team. You know the you know
the
how,
run on that.
Yeah, when they won the gold. I watched that. Then I watched the Conor McGregor. It's real fascinating, his story, because like I was telling Les before, the first shot was, you know, he was back in England and he just had like normal couches around and clothes on the floor, you know, and the kitchen was dishes everywhere, you know. But by the end of the movie, he's in a mansion, you know, his and hers, like walk-in wardrobe, you know. Like, and he's driving around, and so I think the first lot of money a big paycheck he won, he bought his mum and his girlfriend a car, you know, with that money he won. And then the doco I watched last night was have you seen that Killer Sally?
Serial killer, right?
No. Oh, it was so she was an actual woman bodybuilder, but she married another bodybuilder, a guy named Ray McNeil, and they were like, bro, he was you know, jacked, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a sad story because I watched the whole, because it was like 3 long episodes.
Yeah.
It's her upbringing, the relationships through the years, you know, she's had. So yeah, long story short, I don't want to kill it for you.
Kill it. Because I'm sure I've started watching it.
Okay. So at the so she got arrested because the guy that the husband always choked her. You know how the bodybuilders on steroids and that. So he had like So when they did the autopsy on him, he had 5 different steroids in his body. So he was jacked, you know, and apparently he was choking her, and then she just shot him with a shotgun, right? Yeah, shot him in the ab, and then straight in the face, you know. But so she got arrested. She did like 26 years for it. But then when she came out of jail, then, you know, so long story short, she remarried. She found another person, you know. But it's just the storyline of her from when she was a childhood. She wanted what's the word? You know, when you're trying to get your parents attention, approval. Yeah, she wanted the approval from her parents. You know, like, cause that's why she did athletics. Yeah. Oh man, I'm getting into my dockers, so I'm so glad. Sorry, Mum, I'm using your Netflix. She doesn't even know, you know. But hey, you know, that's what I've been doing.
What's the docu called again?
Killer Sally.
Killer Sally. Oh.
Yeah, the pictures of like.
Yeah, she's
so on the guy's shoulders.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Watch
That's
it, man.
scary,
It's good, bro. What are you, let's?
And I was just buzzing out because, you know, the Juicy Fest popped up, and I think the Tauranga one got cancelled because one of the boys from work knocked off early, then drove down, and they're like, nothing. Yeah, but then they had like a few of them made. So I think but the good thing about that guy's energy about making it to a concert, because he went to the Friday night jams, was on a Sunday, and like, bro, it's like I'm living my experiences through him. He's always going to the back end. Sunday, how was the concert? And he was like, bro, it was off the hook, you know. But he said he missed that one. He didn't go to the after party, but then he drove back up to Auckland to catch the Auckland one. And he said it was mean. He said, well, worth it. But he said, you know, he just wished, you know, their accommodation, go out of town and enjoy it. Yeah. So he was telling me about that, but then the videos surfaced. But then I've seen like how News jumps on the stage.
Oh yeah.
He's like holding the Samoan flag. I'm like,
yeah.
bro, that's that shit. Like I said, man, Samoans are the hottest commodity of ethnicity around the world at the moment. Like still living it off from the Samoa in the parade and stuff. But then the TikTok surfaced about how he actually got the flag.
Oh, okay.
Which is from my story. It's like this chick, you know, filmed herself holding the flag. And she's like, oh, we gotta go. And then they go all the way up to the go-kart where he's jumping on the stage, man. I was like, fuck, that's so cool, way. Like, I just had to see how.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, waiting for it to surface. So yeah, that's what I was sort of trending. Like, I just had to see, like, how, like, it didn't just land in his lap, right? But then if you see the high-end security so if you get a concert like One Love, Juicy Fest, like the Promised Land, for the New Zealand shows, it's like a close body security crew. And that crew is like, they're gonna get the stage. So these guys will be on big bucks, man. Yeah. So when I saw the security, I was like, that's why he had the flag. Because he obviously saw the guy with the Soka Mickey. He was like, yeah, that's a Samoan flag. This guy grabbed that, wrapped it and wrapped himself around with it, and he walked on the stage. Which is like, fuck, that's so cool, man.
Yeah,
like, you know?
I saw the video clip of that outfit. That was mean.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like still buzzing over that. Because when I saw the first photo on Twitter, I was like, fuck, honest to who? He's actually singing, doing a dance of it even. I was like, fuck, that's it. Massive, man. But yeah, that was probably my thing of the whole week, just seeing that.
That Juicy Fest was on my feed too, especially I'm gonna make a shout out to Kiss the Floor, because he did a stitch up on one video that was he's filming this guy that was just doing the B in there, like in the middle of the whole thing. Hey, fuck! And he did a stitch up video of that video, that's other TikTok video. But I was crack up because you were saying, bro, I know you're far away from the fucking Portaloos, but man, if you're in that situation, just be in your off-white, man. Just, if it's raining, no one's gonna see, no one's gonna care. It's raining. Just be in your off-white.
It was funny because when I was trying to watch some of the footage of people posting, because I didn't want to see the artist. Like, to me, it's like, fuck, it's not the same way. But then I saw like, because my mate said, bro, in the Auckland one, it was so hot during the day, but he got there late, so he missed a few artists. But then He said he looked up and the sky just changed. Next minute, it started spinning.
Raining.
It
Oh.
was bursting down. I saw one video of people like going, on the count of 3, we go. 1, 2, 3. They literally lift up a gazebo, fucking moved it inside the stadium. I was like,
Oh.
damn. Like, because there was no shade. There was no, like, actual marquees in the area. But just seeing like 50 people under one gazebo lift it up fully and like move it so they were covered from the rain. It's like, fuck. That's our story, man.
It's been a weird start of the year with all this rain shit, man. Hey,
For summer.
Yeah.
is this climate change? Is this like, are we gonna be like Samoa and have a rainy season in summer and dry season in winter? You know.
I still remember last summer. Bro, that was probably the hottest summer, man. Yeah, that was hot,
Yeah,
bro.
that was crazy.
But I actually like the rainy. I like the,
Yeah.
I'd rather the cold, to be honest.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm a bear.
Sleep better, eh?
I like to hibernate in the
Spell it.
Hibernate.
Beginning there.
Well, obviously, speaking of your topic on documentaries, our first topic for today is the gang members documentary that came on, was it TV3?
Yeah, I just saw it posted on because my algorithm, like I follow anything that's got to do with the gangs, but it's more like a follow-on from the what's his name, Buki Olaxen comment
Oh, but the garage.
about the garage. So that doco there was shared is the take of guys that were taken into state care, and from that one doco, a life member of the King Cobras and then a founding member of the Headhunters came from the old boys' home that was up in Eric. So that was the docu. And it's like, when I shared it to the page, it's like, you got a government leader saying, guys are in the garage talking about getting patched up. What about that generation?
yeah.
You know? And if you know enough about like New Zealand gangs, like I have family ties to one club in Auckland. But I know that history. That history goes as far back as the Dawn Raids and the Springbok tour and all of that. Like the kids that didn't fit in the 1950s. Like that's how far that club goes back. When I heard one of the Headhunters' story on it, like, man, that guy was abused inside that government facility, eh? And it was supposed to be like a boys' home or like a holding bay for when they could get them into foster homes. So what does that say about what the government did back then?
Yeah.
Because I think Scribe's dad, when in that kind of same thing happened to him, he was in that kind of
Yeah, and he's a lot,
environment too.
yeah, bro. Fucking, he's like, bro. Yeah, man. Like people that know the history or their background, eh? And like, if you follow that story, like that's a sad story, man. Like a real sad story, eh?
And I think there was actually a documentary on that,
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
story specifically, eh? Not the story, the gang one, but actual documentary. They interviewed. And I think
Yeah.
Scribe's dad was there. He was one getting interviewed because he
Yeah.
went through it too. Because it's not even in Auckland, man. It's all across the country. You know?
Yeah. And like, you know, like, you could have had a good upbringing, right? Because I have an uncle who was sort of raised that way too. He ended up in an adoption home, which was like a foster home similar to like their boarding home. But that one there in Iraqi, there's a park now there. Like it used to be like a four-story building, like your different wings. And one of the King Cobras, he's a life member. He then, you know, grew up. He became part of a club, and then obviously realized like, shit, man. Like in my time in that state care, they didn't look after me. Like he literally said he could spread his arms and touch both walls, and there was a toilet in there. So it was pretty much a mini cell.
Wow.
Can you imagine how long you would have started losing your mind while being in that as a 14-year-old kid?
Yeah. And you were saying that they were locked in there for like 23 hours or something?
23 to fucking
Right.
almost 2 days at a time. And then he said that in those in that time, he said like some of the people that used to work, you know, the staff would make them fight, like against each other.
Man.
These are kids being locked up for like more than a whole day, who are probably hungry. Fuck these guys, bro, that sounds like the Mark Hunt story.
Yeah.
Just trying to survive. But you're a kid, you know. You have no voice as a kid, right? And so
It's pretty sad.
when you hear like that damage done to like Pacifica people, Maori people, like, and this is stolen land that we're living on, right? How is that fucking right? It's not right at all, man.
That's institutionalized stuff. Eh?
And it's fucking disgraceful, man. It's fucking disgraceful.
Yeah, and you're right, man. Like you compare it to what and you give. See, that's the context you give when Luxon gave that comment about the garage, eh?
Yeah, bro.
And that just takes everything on another level. Like, what the fuck you talking about, man?
There's no idea, man. There's no fucking idea. But like to me, like I've always seen like certain clubs in Auckland, like, you know, it is a brotherhood, a sense of belonging, hey. Like I've spoken about this pod, it's giving me a sense of belonging, and you become proud of it.
Yeah.
But bro, in what part of when they locked those boys up, like just because they were like kids they played up, what part of it was right to lock them up for fucking a whole day? And it was probably due to there's not enough funds to sort of look after these kids. But if there was not enough funds, like why didn't they just take them for a walk down to the rugby club or something? You know. Because now those guys, so now that one King Cobbo dude, he went to uni and he educated himself, and he's now taken the freaking government for locking them up to court. And I'm behind him 1000%, man. Because bro, not many people will recover from that sort of trauma. You know?
Some still do.
And the fact, he spoke about it. He spoke about like, bro, his teammates, of the 10 of us that went in, there's only 2 of us left, or the rest committed suicide. Or overdosed on drugs, like, you know, and now they're not here. But I'm like proud of the dude for coming out to say, "Fuck, you know what? I'm gonna tell the story because it needs to be heard, and it's part of our history." You know. But yeah, that's fucking sad,
day, man.
That reminds me of that movie Savage. It's a similar storyline.
Yeah,
2 guys growing up in the system, get abused, and then throughout their life, they create their own gang.
Yeah.
And then but then one gets, he wants to change his life. He knows there's something better than just being in the game. But same sort of thing. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Makes you really realize,
Yeah.
That's
man.
why.
Yeah.
You're really important, like your kids' upbringings and that. That just sounds sad, man.
14, bro. Like I know we were talking about, what all the ram raids and all the kids involved in all of that stuff. They should bring back that Samoan lady that used to get all the kids to beat. I know we talk about that. But like I bet you those guys are still, like they're probably doing really well now, right? Like they would, oh man, I was part of the era they used to get hiding if we took off for the stuff is stupid, eh? But man, fucking that break my heart only because it's like they didn't have a voice.
Yeah.
They literally didn't have a voice. Like, would anyone have believed them if a nurse came in and just came in to check in on them and they said, they lock us up for fucking the whole day? They probably wouldn't have even, they probably would have laughed at it.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like,
Said anything, eh?
Yeah, laughed it off.
The worst thing about all this, like all these stories come out, but no one really connects them. Hey, no one really connects them. Like no one really connected that story to what Luxon was saying about the garage.
Yeah,
because it does connect. But man, I don't know if that's got to do with the type of journalism we have here in New Zealand, where people don't cover that sort of thing. We have to put that stuff together ourselves. When it comes to our people and living in this country and that.
Yeah. Like I said on the past, on our previous pod, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that guy does a talofa. My reference to that was Judith Collins said talofa because her husband was Samoan and she pulled out before the election, or she got voted out. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy does all the action and then he gets to the 11th hour thing and does my hamstring and he's gone. Because that's how much, that's how much this guy's comment has done to all these clubs, man. They probably are going to show up at the voting booths and be like, get rid of that piece of shit. That's my take on it anyway.
Nice.
So let's, the next topic is The Rock. So Tama Iti, he did a TED talk, right, on the word mana. And somehow it touched the Rock. The Rock's heart, and he actually shared the talk on his Instagram, on the social media, and with all the followers he has, how famous The Rock is, that just put
Uncle, yes,
magnitude.
uncle, yeah.
Uncle up there, you know, like, man, because, man, he did it for Tour Samoa too, so, man, you know the power of the Rock has over the world, so it was good to see, for me anyway, when I saw it. I was like, man, that's mean. But how'd you guys take it?
I never saw the clip. I was trying to find it.
No, I saw. It's like a it's like a motivational thingy speech or whatever, like a motivational video.
But is mana actual Samoan ngangana? Just a question, because I've never ever heard it being used in a context.
No, so when I first saw it, because I was like thinking, maybe he's proud, you know, like he's proud of his heritage, like being his heritage Samoan, but he must have thought Samiti was Samoan.
You reckon?
Well, you saw the tattoos and stuff, so I'm like thinking maybe he was Samoan, you know. And then he's not, but I've already pasted it, you know. Maybe that.
Like no background check on mana.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, because Lone Wolf said it. Hey, Flip, shout out to Flipper Your Putty, because I said, like, how do you use mana in a far Samoan context? Like, if you describe it, like, you know, if you can use it like in the context, like when you explain to your people, like, and our team talk, like, man, you know, you gotta look for that piece inside you, like, yo, use your mana, hey, take care of you.
Yeah.
But like, how do you do it in the far Samoan context of like using it as your language? Like, ole mana. Kau whewha maale upu mana, ole manga. Like, since then you'd pronounce it as manga, hey, it means totally something else. but that's why I was like, bro, does like, yeah.
no, I think I don't,
Like, I've been trying to find like, geez, we should have asked Lorenzo when he was on last week. Yeah, is that even an actual word? Like, yeah, but because the Rock's already, he can get away with anything. Hey,
yeah.
What's the other meaning? You're just saying, is it bad?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
sort of,
Never mind.
yeah.
yeah, mama, hey, like,
Tell me after.
because I've never, because I'm like, yeah, he was probably the first to actually use it like that. Hey, like, I think he's on a talk show, and he's like, "Oh, can you sing us your favorite Samoan song?" And then he talks about, you know, Samoan people are so proud, you know, because they got so much mana. It's like, surely, that's it.
Well, you know, he was brought up in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's in that context, Hawaiian.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
But
Could be.
Say, does mana in Hawaiian does mana mean like proud?
I mean, it's all in the same trajectory, right?
Yeah.
You start Hawaii, go to Rarotonga, then down to New Zealand,
Is
right?
it the 660 song? Komana Taku. Oh,
Oh, man.
Aksanku Rock. Aksanku Dwayne.
It's like when that chick went and interviewed him, and like, you know, like, and she was speaking Samoan to him, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like that sort of, I don't know, but
He was like,
no, maybe he was just proud of, like, maybe the, you know, the mana, and then he posted that up on, or maybe he's got, because he's, you know, Kiwi, the Kiwi connection. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be the Greyland, our Greyland family, connection. Mana tamaiti.
Because this is what he said. He said, "You often hear me speak of mana and the power of our mana. Give a listen to Tamaiti of New Zealand. Here in his beautiful perspective on what mana is. In mana, we are all equal, eye to eye."
Oh, maybe that's, yeah. Maybe he does mean, you know, like, you know, mana in
this is what it means.
New Zealand.
Yeah, but I have to say this though. It's like, bro, for Samoa, it's like Anganu and Māori and Hawaiian Anganu,
It's different, yeah.
worlds apart, man.
But yeah, and
Massive worlds apart.
he's Samoan. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of mana, like the for Samoa, like the chiefs. Yeah, Māoris had chiefs, right? But it's like, think about it. It's like, we are the only ones who still keep it old school.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Like. So, yeah, I didn't understand the mana, but hey, he's the Rock.
Yeah, man. He gets well, man.
He puts, he's allowed. He's allowed. Shut uncle.
Yep. Put Tamaiti up there, because that's the main thing that was good about it.
Yeah. He doesn't he have a movie out
Oh yeah, about the raid, eh?
Yeah.
Because he's reenacting an incident that he done, eh? When he shot the flag up. Is it that one?
Oh, man, that guy's done a lot of stuff, eh?
Yeah.
But the recent movie that they made was about the raid the police had.
Cliff Curtis, eh?
Yeah, Cliff Critters, because it was around about the 9/11 stuff. No, it was the terrorist kind of stuff.
Terrorist stuff, yeah.
And they were doing
Oh, boot camps or something.
boot camps in the forest, and the police treated like real terrorists, and they were raided them just like as if they were like overseas terrorists or something.
What? What if they were going like hunting, man?
with automatic machine guns.
AK-47s,
And grenades.
Well, all these guys got their patu in there. It's not fair, man.
All right, thanks, boys. Next topic. So Owen Cobbo, he got in a bit of trouble the start of the year, coming back into. So apparently he came on the podcast and he talked about his coach, and he said he wasn't a good coach, and it was said back in October, and Australian media got a hold of it and blasted it on their news and all the media over there in Australia. So what podcast was that he came on? I'll start with you, Eric, because you were there. So what's your take on the whole situation?
No, I just think the Australian media was just going too hardcore. They were way too hard for. I don't know. Yeah, my honest opinion, they just went too hard out. Too much for something so small. He was being honest. That's all I can say. But man, the podcast that you shared on the chat, I was cracking up at that. That was quite funny. But then again, those guys were blowing it up as well. But nobody mentioned the podcast.
Yeah.
Which podcast it was from. So I was like, oh, fuck.
No, well, the four videos I saw, yeah. The 2 snippets is one that shows the camera on you, and then Cobbo. But I'll give you props, Zeus. I'll give you props, bro.
Yeah,
and I'll give you flowers, actually. I'll give you a big bouquet of flowers, Zeus. And I'll say this, Zeus. Isaiah would be proud. He'll be fucking proud. But, like, and I said, like, when it first started coming out, because we were getting a lot of hate on the YouTube and all that stuff. But, like, you know, like MC Alma says, man, to the critics and hypocrites and no ones, man, keep up the small talk to highlight the chosen looks. And in that way that you've done it, because you said shit off the bat, but it was a hard pod. And then we listened to it, was like, yeah. And it was a lot of that, eh?
Yeah.
So to even get the conversation started and then flowing, and then you asking the questions, like, well, I thought it was brilliant for someone who's actually done this, who's never been on a pod, and then he actually opened up. Well, there you go. You have it. The gem dropped from the one question, and he didn't have to answer it. And you created that environment for him to like be like, he's alright, he's weird, but this is what I will say was, you know, Kevin Walters, right? And then this goes out to any Queensland fucking supporter and any Broncos fan. I'll say this: you can't teach speed. You can't teach fucking a skill set that he has, because that's natural given talent. That is God given natural talent. If he said whatever he said, he has every right to say it.
Yeah.
Because this is a kid in a short time frame went from playing whatever into a full week, who then ended up playing State of Origin, and he made an impact. Well, how many other guys that you know can do that? And he came on the back of the 135 and he said what he said. Who gives a rat's ass, man? Like, because he's like, right now, the talk, right? Because before that, he said no to an Australian jersey. Why? To come and be on our podcast. To come and get away from the game. To come and enjoy New Zealand. To go down to see some local kids playing tag. And then to come and hang out with his brother-in-law. Fuck. Hey, that to me says mentally he's sorted himself. Because he's then said, fuck, rugby league's not my life.
Yeah.
It's a segment of life.
At
and
a
it's
young
just a game.
age
At a
too.
young age.
Yeah.
At a young age. Where a lot of people will be jumping on that.
Yeah.
Like a young Jared Haynes would have jumped on that. A young Greg Ellis, they would have jumped on that. But he came onto a public forum. This is not a closed like save it in your phone sort of thing. This is a public forum where he's gone out and said he's answered the question. So what? He said it. If you don't like it, that's on the person who intercepted that and however they projected that back into your head. And then you hear comments about, fuck, you didn't say that to the employer. Well, hold the fuck up here. Kevin Walters works for someone else.
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm a boss at work and someone says, fuck, this guy's an aggro cunt. If that's coming from someone who's working under you, well, fuck, clearly that's just one person's opinion.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. If there's someone else in the playing group that's fucking said the same comment, what the fuck does that say? It's the coach, right?
Yeah.
It's not the freaking players. And he's the talent, bro. Like, you know, you can't train what he has. You can't teach that. That's just given to him, man. So the fact that you made you guys made the environment comfortable enough for him to say that, like, bro, that says a lot about the noise we're making, huh? But yeah, I honestly thought, like, bro, the Australian media is the Australian media, and all they were doing is trying to outdo each other by giving it a different or rewording it, saying it different, and then come who had the latest sort of like, oh, Kiwi's over it, Kiwi's over it. Yeah, he was upset about it, but hey, they moved past it. But then all the other people saying like, oh fuck, you know, you didn't say that to your boss, but fuck, he's not his boss. He might have the final word of who gets on
The field,
but there is another power above that will say, fucking put him on.
Yeah.
That's how, like, you know, say it's $1 million. Hey, there's $1 million sitting on the fucking sideline. You fucking make sure he gets on the field.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, if Mal Meninga was still the Queensland coach, he would go, the fuck's going on, mate? Put him on the fucking field. Hey, you know what? Look what happened to Edo Carr. He messed up. Look what happened at the World Cup. You don't want to be a fucking club coach doing that shit. Because that's talent, bro. That's the sort of talent that, bro. Because if you don't want him, he'll be another Asai Papa Ali story. He left a club. He was fucking the man. He made a fucking grand final.
Yeah.
That's what you don't want. And that's my summary of what's been going on in my head. Waiting for me to empty my clip out like that.
Yeah, it's just like they're trying to make him out to, you know, saying, oh, he should be obedient to the coach. But, you know, it's up to the kid.
Bro, he didn't rape anyone.
Players.
He didn't rape anyone just going that far.
hard.
Like, bro, all of these, it's just over comments.
Didn't take any drugs, you
He
know.
didn't freaking
Party all night.
He wasn't an accessory to the freaking.
He's never done anything like that.
rape.
All he
Yeah,
said
bro.
was just,
He just spoke his mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Tell the
been
truth.
executed for it. That's a fucking joke, man. And Australians are the richest for it, bro. How many fucking bullshit podcasts? And you know what? We're not going to get him back on here to apologize to any of you fucking viewers or people that seen it. Because everyone that saw it didn't watch the whole thing. That's why they're using all the. That's why Cam stitched it up the way he did. And like a few fucking going, oh, bro, this pod's average. Oh, fuck, really? Okay. keep it up. Keep it up, keyboard warriors. Yeah, it's bro. It was brilliant, man. The fact that because you already told us like it was a hard one to sort of maneuver.
Into
Trying to get him,
especially of years, like your every second word. Yeah. that has like Outback all over it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, so my outlook on it is that, like, when I first saw it, I just, he's just speaking his mind, he's not like, there's no TV cameras around, he's just like speaking his mind. But then, all the snippets that he posted up on our chat and that, the Aussie media just like, just trying to, like what Let's saying, at different angles,
free advertising,
yeah.
But the kid said what he said. And then I think I saw an interview. I think on one of the snippets you said, in Kevin Walters said, he's not supposed to say that,
I think it's that you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. But I think wants to know. Wait, that's the
man, but it's he's not scripted. Like he's young, like let's just say he gets kicked out of the Broncos. Someone will pick him up. And
that's exactly the biggest thing. Like the media making all that noise about it, bro. The biggest disappointment are the people who'll be scared the most will be the fans.
Yeah,
not because of what he said, but what could happen if he leaves.
Yeah.
And then fucking Queensland's fucked. It's like, because then he has the right to say, nah, fuck off. We was their support when that shit came out, you know? And what if he decides to turn his back and he goes, you know what? I got family ties in New Zealand. I want to go play for New Zealand. See, they wouldn't be liking that.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I just saw the Aussie media hyping it up, and it's like, you know, like far from this, you know, out in New Zealand, like just the small, you know, far, and then boom, you know,
Sonic boom.
then boom, you know, I'm like, far, just relax, Aussie media, man, like, yeah. But hey, you know, everyone's trying to make money, you know, and then if you got to create something, you know, everyone understands how social media works and that. But yeah, that's my opinion. That's blown out of proportion, man.
But yeah, that was buzzy though. I seeing that, like when he shared it, I was like, wow. I wasn't like scared or anything, or like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? I was like, wow, this is good.
Yeah, it's good, man.
It's really good.
Okay, I'm going to come at this in the different angles, okay? So this is an interesting topic because what we witnessed is probably what's trending and what's going on with social media and mainstream media and sports, right? And the world of podcasting. So if I break this all down, I'm going to break this into these different parts. First is the podcast, right? So the way we run our podcast, right? We are not radio. We are not mainstream TV. We can say what the fuck we want to say. It's an open forum. It's a public forum. We don't hold back what we say. We stand by what we say on this. We don't take anything back. And that's the platform that podcast has over everything else that's out there in terms of media. Because there's nowhere else in the world where you can have that opportunity to say anything you want to say. And then at the end of the day, it's up to the people to listen or not listen.
Yeah.
The most important thing about the platform is that we can speak what we want to speak about. We can say anything we want to say. We can ask any question we want. And we don't have to answer anything. Because this is the platform that gives us that opportunity. And in that sense, I defend anything that happens in our podcast. Back on 135 or anything in the WESWES network. What goes, goes. And if it's out there, it's out there. Now, the other thing I'm going to talk about is the fans' perspective in sports, right? So, if you listen to the podcast, the question comes from Broncos fans. Broncos fans that had 2 years of suffering, Broncos not making anywhere in the NRL. And so the question stemmed from that perspective. Like, what's wrong with our team? Is it the coach? We don't know. How are we going to get the answer? We're not going to get the answer from anyone else. Like, can we get the answer from this person that actually plays for the Broncos that's in the platform where you can say anything you want? So that's how the question came about. And I think for any fans of the Brisbane Broncos, and if they were suffering those losses during Kevin Walters' time, then I think that they would want to know what's going on with their team. So, because if you remember last season, I think they made it to the top 4 for half the season, and they just bombed They just bombed the second half. So it was like, what's going on? So I think as far as the podcast is concerned, having someone like Cobbo on the podcast and having that question be asked from Broncos fans, and I'm talking about hardcore Broncos fans that want to know what the fuck's up with their team. This is a platform for them to come in and say that and ask that. So from a fan's perspective, there's that, you know. From the Broncos organization perspective, okay, this is another angle, because here's a team that wants to win. So they've hired the right players, they've hired the right coach, and shit goes down, things happen, and then they're thinking, what the fuck's going on, you know? Yeah. And like you said, like Kevin Walters is not the boss; he has a boss. Yeah. So everything that happens is in the boss's interest. Yeah. Right. What's wrong with my team? I've got a star player. I've got a coach. Why is my star player complaining? Why is another guy in the team complaining too? Yeah. Talking about Tyson Gamble, who not complained, but he alluded to him going to Reynolds rather than the coach. Now you might say, oh yeah, but he's leaving. He's left. I think he's not in the Broncos. He's gone, so he could say that. If that's the case, then maybe Selwyn had that thing in his head. Went, oh, if Tyson Gamble feels what I'm feeling, then I feel it too. Like it is happening. Because if you remember, I don't know if you remember, Eric, but in the podcast we talked about what's happened in the Broncos, and he talked about how it's all separate. Yeah. Like you have groups within the team. Yep. And
like cliques.
Yeah, they have cliques in the team. You know, it's not as one. It's not a one.
Yeah, separate teams.
Yeah, they're not playing as one. These are things that real hard that Broncos fans want to know. So another thing that came out was why isn't Cobbo media trained? And that's another valid question. Why isn't he media trained? I mean, you're the Broncos organization. You got star players in your team.
Yeah.
Where's his media training?
Because I know for a fact that's part of like if you're in the system from like 16 to 18, they tell you about that. Hey, they tell you not to fall for the trap.
Yeah.
They tell you like if they touch on a subject referring to the club, be mindful of how your words come out, because any media can twist it. Hey, but yeah, where was that media training? It was clearly left out somewhere.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying, hey, the Broncos got on their hands a superstar, and what, you weren't worried about any players going on to podcasts and talking about? You thought that everything was fine? Like, there's always talk about media training this, media training that. And you would think a guy like Simon Cobbo that's made Queensland, plays their origin, that's a future superstar, that's one of the top players in your team, is not media trained. And for a young guy like that. So that's odd.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to answer that question either. But when he said what he said, I was like, oh, okay.
But he did say, like, it was a comfortable environment.
Yeah.
But that's what the podcast does, it's just a casual chat. It's like, we're just talking shit here,
But yeah, to all those networks that took that and ran with it, man, we appreciate the support and support and putting out all scams. Like, you know what, man? And I'll be saying like 685 to the world, man. Like, hey, our brother Cam's here is fucking putting in work. Go all the way to Auckland, man. So for the first time in however many decades, fucking West Auckland's on the big screen over in Australia, dominating the news. And
Fox
it's not a
Sports.
murder. And it's not a murder.
Yeah.
And it's not a murder.
Using his snippets.
Using you're lucky. Are we sending them a bill or anything like that? Like,
Fuck.
but yeah, man, I feel that's a proud moment, bro. Proud moment in the West Network history books, bro. Nine
TV time.
News.
Yeah.
Prime TV.
Yeah, because some of our listeners that are on my side, they're like, "Oh man, fuck, that's cool," and they were quite amazed that you got someone on the podcast, and they were asking, "How did you guys get them?" Like, "Oh, friends of friends." It just happens to keep. It was a soul timing, I guess.
That's solid, bro. Because the little snippet that you didn't see didn't see on that episode. So when the camera first goes in and it goes on Cobbo, he's leaning back on the chair, and it goes back to Cam's. Did you see what Cam was wearing? Did you see the shirt that he was wearing?
Oh yeah, fuck.
That's the power of fucking what that media did. Say thank you for the plug. They didn't. He was wearing the shirt. He was wearing empty out the clip. So Daryl Afiaki, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate all that, but Australian media, come on, like it's funny because if you looked on anywhere in social media, like in New Zealand news, nothing, nothing, nothing.
It shows like what they're grasping for, like they're just clutching their straws, and just to come up with that. And the fact that all of them were sort of doing it over the same story. It's like,
they're just repeating.
Yeah, but like he's a talent, man, and he's a good player, and man, like you said, any team will want him.
Yeah.
But that's his power.
But they should have. I believe, like as a business, right? If that surfaced, the club should have shut it down. Because we always talk about like morale and keeping the people working on the floor happy, and he's one of those guys.
Yeah,
like, you need to keep the superstars happy, because the second you get offside with them, bro, they've already checked out.
Yeah,
they already got the agent fucking looking for another
team. Yeah,
with a better offer. Like he's young, bro. He said no to an international jersey. Just imagine when Mel does pick him, he's fucking worth's going up. So they need to get an early like they did to Payne House. Like that's what they really need to do. But like the club should have fucking said, hey, you know what? Let's get a photo of him and Kevy having lunch. Having the father talk. Before it even fucking escalated. Yet they caught Kevin walking out like, oh, yeah, nah. It did hurt. Yeah. It was like, fuck, see, now everyone else is stitching it up. So, fuck, unlucky.
I just want to ask a question. The very first time you saw Cams, what was your reaction? Like, how did you feel?
I was actually, you know what? I was feeling like, damn, like after all this time. Like we recorded back in October,
how
and
do
it
you-
came out, you know. But I didn't imagine it'll come on the news, like how it came on the news, like live news.
Yeah.
Like I saw that because I got sent the article early in the morning, and so shit, they made the article, they made a newspaper. I did not expect to make the Channel 9 News or whatever news they have over there in
Fox-
Australia,
Fox
Fox
TV.
News or anything like that. But then when I saw back on 105 on the article, I was thinking, oh, yep, people gonna go have a look.
Yeah, it is funny. Like I think Les was saying, it's all Aussie media, but nothing here in New Zealand. Like nothing at all about it. Eh?
No, there was nothing in.
Yeah, but Aussie are, they love rugby league, man. They love it to the core. And
I'm wondering
shows
if Australian media, like, if they not only called out back on 155 podcast, but called out it was a New Zealand podcast. Maybe that would have triggered New Zealand media to get
True
on.
that. Yeah.
No,
Or not.
they didn't do. Didn't they? I think they just said a podcast or something.
Mm.
I just love the fact that you're wearing out the empty out the clip doing at the back of the 135 because it's like two birds, one stone, man. legit. Like fuck, we timed that bloody good, man.
But there was another podcast I heard. They talked about what happened, and they said the confidence of the guy to say that on the podcast. Like, don't you know?
Yeah.
But then the confidence in this game.
Yeah.
If you want to know where that confidence
Fuck,
comes,
straight up, eh?
look how he plays.
Yeah,
Straight up, and he
But-
doesn't come across like big headed or anything. Eh,
No,
that's just everyday Australian outback Blake. Like
Mm.
just yeah. Like you could just tell the way he responded at the start before he actually started to open up. Eh?
the other things I thought about was mainstream media when it comes to sports. It's all about like getting that scoop and just running with it because there's no other content out there. Like you got to blast whatever is in front of you, and make a big deal out of anything. And I think that what that does, and that's been talked about with the mistrust of athletes to the media.
Mm.
Like, if they can come to a podcast and just sit down, relax, have a beer, talk shit, be relaxed about it. Like, this is why they might slip out something
yeah.
that they might not want to say, and they'll ring up the next day and say, "Oh, sorry, can you just cut that part out?" That didn't happen for us. But the fact that podcast is a different realm, it's its own thing. Podcast is in its own lane. It can be whatever you want it to be. There's no fucking rules in the podcast. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Let's just say if you had you had a vet Bronco player that was here doing that same podcast, and you asked him the question, they'll probably say something that's probably scripted, right? But not say what they really want to say.
Yeah.
How they really feel about it or the situation.
Yeah.
Well, that's what probably someone Cobbo did. He just felt that's how he feels. It came out, But if you had a vet player, they probably want to say that. They're probably like, oh no, everything's fine and dandy, I'm getting my minutes or
But
whatever.
at the end of the day, like Cobbo doesn't have anything to worry about. He's safe
Yeah.
because he's a highly regarded.
Yeah.
Like he'd be a freaking buy for any club, eh?
Yeah.
But like, look at like Payne Haas coming onto the scene. He had all that stuff before, all that baggage before he'd even got into the club. And then like even now, like he's in the limelight again, like with stuff with his mum and that. Like he's got nothing to worry about. Like he's safe if they can afford to keep him. Like I'd see I think at the club, you'd see the back of Kevin Walters before you see the back of Cobbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the talent speaks for itself, eh?
I think this kind of stuff it's not new now, because if you watch NBA and American sports, they do that all the time. Like if players unhappy with their contract or happy with the team, they do other shit to try to get out of it. Like they cause some drama in the background, so the organization says, "Oh man, that's not good for our morale. We need to get rid of this guy
Yeah.
because he wants to go. He wants to go to another team because he's not happy there."
Yeah.
Like Harden does that with faking his overweightness and does stupid things like that. But I think the next generation of athletes coming up now, I think because they're in the social media world, and if they're a talent like someone Cobbo is, I think they understand how much power they have, without getting a big head about it, like knowing your worth.
Yeah.
So the penthouse stuff, so his mum got arrested for.
Yeah, it was a hit and run, eh? It was a hit and run. Oh no, it was a car. It was a head-on collision. Head-on collision. I think she was speeding, so she didn't have a license or anything. She had no driver's license and she got caught speeding, and like because these digital cameras are all along back roads of Australia. Yeah, so she's caught on film being chased by the police, and then it catches several minutes before she's ended up on the wrong side of the road and had a head-on collision and killed her family, mother and father and a daughter.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, that's why he's taking leave of absence from the club to deal with that stuff happening.
That's
But yeah, man, like the Australian media's savage, bro. Like fuck, like that's what I said. Like that's why the club should have been protecting Cobbo, like even though that blew up. But I was like, bro, they should be protecting the players like that, man, because those are your stars, right?
Yeah.
You don't want any of that noise getting to the stars. So for them to sort of say, oh yeah, sort your family stuff out. You know, they worry about this at the moment.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep them happy.
Yeah.
But I mean, with all that drama going on before the start of the season, like fuck, who needs that, right?
Yeah. They got to get ready for another season.
Yeah, so the news has already pretty much said, like, bro, she'll get done for manslaughter. Like, yeah, because that's like, if you're breaking like the law of the land, like fucking no license, and then running from the cops, like speeding. Yeah, that's fucking.
But no alcohol or anything. She's just avoiding.
Well, well, see, that's the thing, because the media just sort of just jumped straight onto it by saying like, oh, she was. So the police actually showed up to the hospital. Like she hadn't even like hadn't even been awake. So it was like a couple of days later. Yeah, they escorting her from the hospital to the cells or to the court.
Man.
To appear in court, and yeah.
That's gonna be on his mind,
Fuck yeah! But I mean, as a club, what do you should be standing by your players, eh?
Yeah.
Like that's what you need to protect them from. All that outside noise, eh?
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel sorry for New South Wales this year. I would have been surprised if he says, "Fuck off." What the fuck? It's the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
So if he's want something to jump on, Australian media, jump on that. So will you be ready for the first New South Wales, Queensland? Fuck. People will be like, fuck yous. But yeah, that's sad news, eh?
Yeah, that is pretty sad.
So for the club in a week, man. Like, pretty, what a circus, eh? What a circus. Shit. It's like the last thing you want your players to be worrying about, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's out of your control, but as a club, bro, protect your players, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Media trained them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Especially your young guns. Your young guns you got in there. All right, memory lane. Go, Eric. Any memory lanes?
Nah. Haven't been thinking of anything lately.
You missed a documentary.
Hey, what did I watch? No, I just been watching, a lot of docos. Memory lane. Oh, I shared something. Okay, I shared something on my social media, one of my stories. A memory of my daughter, Rose, when she graduated. Her, I don't know what year it is, but I know it's sixth form up in Massey. Yeah, I shared a photo of her on my social media. And the video of my kids when they were here in New Zealand. Yeah, that's my memory lane. What are you, Liz?
Oh, the memory lane I shared on the Empty Out the Club page was that Joe Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
This is like 30 years, eh? And like, where's that guy? Very often, like, and if you don't know who Joe Thompson is, man, like, fuck, he was probably the most famous serial rapist.
Wow.
Of like in our lifetime, like legit. Fucking, bro, this guy was popping up everywhere in South Auckland, man. Can you imagine, like I'm not like I don't want anyone to imagine, but like all the victims survived if they didn't commit suicide, if they were still alive today. Like, how would they go and document all of that?
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know roughly the numbers?
Fuck, I'm sure he was in the 50s.
What?
And a lot of them were like kids.
12 years old, eh?
So they'll be in their 40s now. Yeah. They'll be in their 40s now.
Because I remember that, must have been in primary school at that time.
Yeah.
And finishing primary school and just on the news all the time, South Auckland rapists. And I just thinking, man, my parents, I remember my parents was watching news and always comes up now and then. South
Yeah.
Auckland rapists strikes again and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I just remember thinking, man, lucky we live out west.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But his band went as far as Manurewa, Otara, Pepatoi, Urahu.
I think Mount Albert was the closest to west there. Mount Albert. Because because I watched that documentary you put up, and it was cool how they caught him because
The beginning of, was it the forensic say? Like what was it, the DNA?
or they hired a guy the psychologist guy to come in and do the psych thing. Like what was that guy? Like those guys on CSI.
The mediums or...
Yeah, not medium, not
Like
but,
a mentalist.
not supernatural, anything supernatural. It's just educated. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Psychology.
experts come in but every police, if you watch the police shows in America like CSI, they always have that person that does the psychology around
They know what
the
I'm
profile,
thinking.
Profiler.
the profiler, that guy.
Yeah.
So they got a guy like that to come in and help solve the crime, and they had a map for the pins where the attacks were, and then they triangle. They did like it's around this area, so he must have lived in this area, sort of thing. So they worked out that he moved homes. He lived in Manurewa, he lived in Mount Albert, lived in Manurewa, lived in Papatoetoe, I think. But when they pull all the dots on all the attacks, they can see the circle around the places where he used to stay.
And then I think like this is like the murderers, almost, but like they get into a routine, They get into a routine. They might take their daily walk. They'll scope the neighborhood. Then they'll start doing those. Oh yeah, I know primary kids go live in that house, and he would have fucking done his homework, man. Because bro, some of these rapes I remember like were freaking not even dark. That's how big those guys' balls were. Fuck.
Shit.
Yeah. But like I shared on the post on the empty other clip, like would a bullet have solved that, or would they have? Because that's taxpayers' money, right? We're paying to fucking feed this piece of shit. But would a bullet have justified what he done?
I'll ask any of those parents, man. Hey, fucking they would
Absolutely,
say
bro.
the same thing. Because, man, I remember at the end of the documentary, like when they actually found out who he was, they needed evidence. They couldn't go and arrest him.
Oh, yeah.
So they had to stake him out. So they had army guys in the trees around his house. Like his house was there. They had the army guy hanging up in the tree, like just watching if he comes out. And they'll just take shifts. So there was a time when he came out and he was going for a walk, and they were, oh shit, he's going for a walk. So but they lost him, and they were like stressing hard out because they couldn't imagine him attacking someone, and they lost him.
Yeah.
That was the worst. They said, man, that was the worst. So they lost him for like an hour and a half, and then when he came back again, we have him. Hopefully he didn't attack anyone during that time we lost him.
But like, say for example, in that time, and like this is where I would like I'm fixated on what happened to those kids, and like were there any pregnancies from those, and if there are any kids, So like I know they talk about the abortion laws and all that stuff, but it's like what happens to those kids? Hey, the ones who got pregnant from this piece of shit.
Yeah, man.
Because he actually beat them up, eh? He beat them up to get them still. Sad.
Fuck's sakes, man.
Before he raped most of them, he beat them up.
Fuck. Fucking sick, bro.
But when you press that, like, what was it because of? Why did we have to get reminded of that time? Like, was it the anniversary or something, or was it?
Yeah, I think it was the knock over 30 years ago.
30 years. Wow.
Yeah. Because it's 2000, it's 2022, yeah. Fucking like, it wasn't 82 or 86. I might mix shit, man.
And was that a media thing? Because why would you want to celebrate 30-year anniversary of a thing like
They
that?
come up in your timeline and saying,
Nah, because I like I said, like the stuff that we do, right? That's a digital archive. But because that's in our lifetime, we have to acknowledge it.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Say, God forbid, like one of us falls off the face of the earth, or something comes up, right? That made us do something really like insane. Like if I had given the Indian guy a hiding, and what triggered me to do it, well, a reminder of what that guy did. You could pretty much say it. I was like, oh fuck, I just finished watching this like little segment and I had to turn it off. And then this guy's fucking made me nut off my shit, like, because of why? But I mean, that alone, for like example, it has to be acknowledged because it's part of New Zealand history.
Yeah.
Yeah, good or bad. You still have
And
to
the reason why I
acknowledge
say that is like, fuck, hey, they were already sweeping. They try to sweep the Thorn Raids under the carpet and hide over all the other shit that happened. The stuff that's happened with the guys who went into state care, that's now surfacing. That's the digital archive of what happened in that time.
Yeah.
So you can't say it didn't happen. Just like the fucking takeover of this land. We're only hearing a remix version or like a what supposedly was documented, but that's a digital archive to say like, fuck, that did happen. But what's happened to these other people? Like, why can't they step forward and say, hey, I'm one of the victims?
Yeah. Is that guy still alive?
He shouldn't be alive. He shouldn't be alive. He doesn't deserve to be alive, to be
Oh,
honest.
so he's still in jail.
No, I'm sure he's come out.
if he is, he's probably get like, man, I can't imagine his life. Bro.
Changed
Pool must be
identity.
massive by now.
Change identity, everything. Yeah.
You'd have to, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, people would be hunting him.
I remember when I was in Hawaii, there's a thing where if you get convicted as being like a child rapist or child, or even just a rapist, you get tagged and there's an app that shows you where they live.
Shit.
Yeah. So there's an app, you go into it and there's red dots on the map
Oh, shit.
around where you are. So it tells you where convicted rapist or pedophile lives in your area.
But imagine being the Punisher. Ah, yep, there's my next target. Fuck.
But, bro, what I do remember also is like the fear of parents back in that time
Yeah,
when he
bro.
was doing what he's doing.
Yeah, man.
The fear for all those parents that had their kids.
Yeah.
The hearts of those parents. Like, now that I'm a parent, you know, and I think about it, if something was going on like that. That's why I put with a bullet in that guy's head of sorted everything or justified fucking, you know, his punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my parents, especially my mum, she got real paranoid with that kind of stuff. Because I remember one time we were in Otara, and we were there during the shootings, or stabbing. A massive stabbing happened outside the McDonald's there.
Oh, that's the Ultra. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the chopping center story. Eh? I was there that day too.
Yeah, same. I was outside. We were just looking at the McDonald's, wondering what was going on. And that shit went down. Oh, that's a memory lane. A bad memory lane, but yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Eh? It's part of our house. It's
Yeah.
part of our history. It needs to be acknowledged.
Hey, wasn't there something about out west? Wasn't there someone in a green van or something, or blue van? Like when we were young, like
Well,
in primary.
you just trick something. Back in the day, man, and it's fucking a lost story. But back in the day, there was an incident similar to that. It was a domestic violence. It happened before the PIC was there, and before all these houses were built. There used to be a park. It was a paddock. It used to get stem right across to Pahari.
Yeah.
There was a paddock. Had horses in that, and there was one house that lived on that land. But there was a story back in the day. I remember it was like maybe about to turn 5. But a guy had beaten up his wife. He actually cut her up, and he walks up to the dairy. He's got blood all over his hands, and the dairy owner calls the cops. But yeah, this guy's altercation with the Leos. But yeah, he had beaten his missus, but she had been screaming. No one came to her aid.
Wow.
But I want people to dig that story up, man, because I remember it. And it was the house. Whose house was it?
Not the house that were in that land with the horses. Not that house.
Nah, it was sort of like, you know, Edwin Freeman. Is it Edwin Freeman? You know, just before the bottom. So you go down Amara, right, and then the next left. It was one of the houses. I know which group of houses it is, but it was someone from there.
Oh.
You know that thing where that lady was screaming, no one came? It's an actual study done on that type of thing.
Yeah.
That no one comes. Because everyone,
Sadly.
because when that happens, everybody around it can hear it, but everybody's thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's
So,
fair.
someone else can go do it.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
else is going to go do it. Like, they're all thinking it. So that's why no one does anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also a natural reaction to be fearful. It's to put fear in your heart because, yeah, I've dealt with that in my life where someone's screamed out, and then you hear it, and then you think, oh, that's a bad thing. But it's also a natural reaction to be fearful. It's to put fear in your heart because, yeah, I've dealt with that in my life where someone's screamed out, and then you hear it, and then you think, oh, that's a bad thing. And then like, yeah, my face was like, what the fuck? And then you just pause, but you didn't actually, your feet aren't moving.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me once where I saw an altercation between a couple, and the guy just lost it. He just turned around and fully threw his girlfriend on the window, and she was like horizontally in the air. And I was like, oh shit. And then I just stood there for a second. He just threw her in the car. They drove off. But,
Well, if there's anyone that listens in, or any viewers, listeners, you reckon they got old school affiliation to the hood, man? Like, if your family have been in the hood long enough, see if they remember that story. Because I remember it.
I might
I
have to
remember
ask
it.
Bob and Dad. They've been here since the 70s.
Oh, fuck, I remember that, man.
I remember. Do you remember that on the news they were looking for a van, like someone in a they were like picking up like taking kids or
I don't know if it was a
something.
green van.
That's
But I
not back in
remember
the
that
days, was it?
stories.
Yeah, that was back in the
Oh.
days.
Would have been
Oh,
like
was it
early
yellow
90s,
van?
Early 90s.
Yellow van or
92.
something. Man,
I can't remember that.
I used to purposely wait after school and then go look out for that van. I know, dummy.
No, but I
Shit.
remember that there was a story back in the day too.
Yeah, I used to like look out. You know, man, I want to get a rock and I want to throw it
The
at
van.
it. Yeah.
Man, now that you say, man, shout out to Ngalu Twingamala, was Ngalu, not who? Yeah, got that was his name wrong. Gus's little brother's name, yeah. But yeah, wow, that was our dads back in the day, the van gang, eh? Not that very your old man scary looking if he's driving a van. Who's
Any feedback of the week?
Oh, what Lit said. Oh,
that was
Lipo.
Phil's, eh? Lipo's,
yeah. Oh,
there's a couple who tried to record their wedding proposal, eh? Beautiful scenery, man. Beautiful scenery.
Until the...
Bro, but it's like, yeah, because I think on the Fred goes like, but is that staged?
I don't know.
Is it staged?
I don't know.
When someone like just so one random happens to be standing in the shot
Yeah.
and then pulls out their phone and try to do like selfie recording there with them. I'm like, who the fuck does that? Eh?
Yeah, maybe it is staged. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but that's got to be like a fucking fearbook of the month, bro.
I'm gonna give the feedback to the actual newspaper that printed that stuff because
The
Well,
Aussie,
there's
Aussie
no-
media now.
wasn't there other news where what the fuck was I reading, man? Like, why would that be like? It's not even funny. Eh? It's like,
Yeah.
man, you know what? You laugh more at watching those YouTubes of the kiss camera, the kiss cam on the NBA games and all that. You know,
What a touch up to it. Like, really? Like, do people go that far to record their proposal? Like, is that where we've gone? Is that where the human mind has gotten?
Where did they go? A mountain?
Yeah, I thought it was like a waterfall. Oh,
looks like Niagara Falls or something.
yeah.
But someone's in the shot, like they're taking selfies of the scenery in there.
Yeah, well, someone must be standing there going like this, and then they just come and they can see him on his knee.
Yeah.
And then they pull out their phone and start recording it.
Well, obviously the person recording, that guy's just tying the shoelaces. I'll just take a photo of that.
Like, you'd think the person recording would go, move out of the way,
Yeah.
like move out of the way. But because they didn't do it, it's like, oh, fuck, bro, this is staged. Has to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Well, it's also the moment too. You don't want to wreck the moment. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, move, get out of the way.
But still, you can like intercept that person
Yeah.
that's coming through.
Yeah.
That's why it might be staged. Looks like it was staged.
I don't get the whole thing of doing, public, proposal in public though. It's kind of weird. To me, it's weird.
Yeah.
I've never
man.
proposed to anybody, but
Yeah.
that's just weird. Doing it in public.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
All right, boys, come down to final words. Eric, start with you.
Have a good year. Yeah, no, have a good safe year. I think we had the start of it. I think everybody's got goals in that, so let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's go. My final words is just shout out to the our Fit Club training this morning. We went out to I don't know if you guys been to, you know, out in Linfield, they got that like Wattle Bay. It's like bruh, it's like it looks like a like, so we went to the car park, and if you look out, it looks like it's, you know, just a park. You walk down, I swear it's like a kilometer down, and then you see the beach, and then they got like walkways and tracks around there. Man, bro, I died this morning. We walked, so we did exercises down there, but the walk back up, you know, to the top where your car is, bro, that took me at least like 30 minutes, man.
Sounds like a good training.
Yeah, no, it was mean. Like, I've never been, like, there's hidden places out in Auckland that people probably don't know of. Yeah, it's called Wattle Bay. It's out in Linfield. I'm never ever gonna do that again. That's my first and last time at Wattle Bay.
Well, at least you give it a go, bro. It's fun.
Bro. That's my my final words. And yeah, have a good week, boys, and catch you up on the next podcast.
Shout out to final words. Shout out to all these KUB brothers that have made themselves available. You know my heart, man. You know what I'm about. I'm about making that list and taking everyone off that list. So looking forward to the up and coming guests and guys who have reached out and said, "Yeah, man, I'm down." Like, you know, get down like James Brown. But you know what it is, bro? Like, hey, if I hold you accountable, I'm the guy who's gonna keep knocking on your door. Like, hey, you said a week ago. But I just want to make a special shout out to Devita Tawakau, Victoria Maka, is one of the bros who lived in Glendine, now resides in Ranui. Out on Lanak. He's just dropped his new merch line. This is the NSL, so Never See Olalo. So the meaning Never See Olalo is no matter where you go in life, highs and lows, you never look down on others. You never look down on others. And that's what Never See Olalo means in Tongan. So yeah, this is what I love about what goes down, is that he grew this conversation over drunken talk in the garage. And it was at Mickey's place. And like, he used to come to all the KUB stuff with a handwritten print. And he got his cousin to press it. But just the saying resonates with a lot of Tongans, eh? Like, the amount of people blowing up the stocks. Where's that from? And whose is that? And like, yeah, I said to go, I'll use the plug. So this is NSL. Like, you need to look him up. Also, a shout out to, I think it's Dirty Apparel, Sam Marquis, who helped bring it to life. But that's what it is, man. Like, you know, people that manifest stuff, like, say, I want to get stuff, I want to do it. Don't procrastinate, man. Because it can be the worstest thing and the thing that hinders you. Eh? So you just got to just take a leap of faith and just make it happen, man. Because you look back on it and you be like, damn, that was hard. Or, man, we could have done this better. But like, seeing the bro do it, and he's actually walking proof of it can be done. You know? And the conversation we had was only like last year, December. Or was it November? But I mean, yeah, mad shout out to Devita. Fuck, keep it up, bro. Like, I'm gonna flex as much as I can on this part for you, Ducks, because I love the trajectory of West Auckland out there, eh? West to the world, man. That's what we're about. You know what it is?
Yeah. My last words, I just want to give a shout out to Sal and Cobbo, and I just want to say that, man, you've got yourself a new fan, man. When you were here on the podcast, man, we were talking, man. You're just a kid, man, down to earth kid, you know, doing your thing, and I respect that, man. And you know, like we said before, like whatever says in this podcast is said. It's said and done. You know, we never backtrack on anything over here. But, unapologetic. But you know, but as far as Alan's concerned, like with me, when I think about his situation, you know, he'll pull through, man, because he's a superstar, and I believe in him 100%. And he's got himself a new fan, man. He might be not on the team that I support. You know, he might not be.
That's big, bro.
He might not be on the fucking. What do you call it? The state that I support
the
either.
Side, the maroon side.
You know, he might not be on those teams, but you know, he's a good cat, man. He's a good guy, man. He's a young kid. He's got a good future in front of him. He's going places, man. So I'm backing him, even though you know what I said. But that's it, man.
Yup.
That's me. Let's get the fuck out of here, boys.
Shot.
Good to see you, bro.